Hi everyone, it's Leah here. I apologise for the wobbly camera. It's me holding it in my hand on my phone, so it's not the steadiest, particularly when it's my hand. So I just wanted to follow up on my post from yesterday where I was saying that I wanted to come on and talk about different facts about ADHD. And I've been thinking about it over the last 24 hours, trying to work out what best to say, what the most important things to talk about ADHD with people is or are. And it struck me that obviously the place to start is to talk about what ADHD is. And if we were to look at something called the DSM-5, which is the instruction book, if you like, that doctors use to diagnose these kinds of it's called a disorder. I don't like to call it a disorder, but it is actually classed as a neurodevelopmental disorder, which means that it's a developmental disorder within the brain that is present from childhood rather than something that you get as you get older. So it's rather dry and boring the way that they write it, of course. Which is probably the natural thing for an ADHD person to say, isn't it, to call it boring. But anyway, so people with ADHD show a persistent pattern of inattention and or hyperactivity stroke impulsivity that interferes with functioning or development. So it then goes on to give section under inattention where there's I think 9 symptoms and you have to display at least 6 of them. Things like being easily distracted, trouble organising tasks and activities, trouble paying attention basically to detail, and is forgetful. But then we have the second section, which is hyperactivity and impulsivity. So you have to have 6 or more symptoms of hyperactivity stroke impulsivity, or if you're under 16, or 5 or more if you're over. And we're talking about things like fidgeting, not being able to stay in seat, running and climbing in places where it's not appropriate. In adults, that's probably just being restless and having to manage that feeling. Talking excessively, I am definitely guilty of that one. Blurting out answers before you've even spoken, trouble waiting turn, that kind of thing. So there's lots of symptoms that can be used to diagnose. And I wanted something that meant a little bit more, actually, something that was a little bit more helpful to sort of really understand what it's like to be a person with ADHD. And as we go forwards with this page, I'm sure I'll be sharing lots of personal stories. But I was lucky enough to spot this poem that somebody's written about having ADHD. I found it this morning on one of the ADHD groups on Facebook. So I thought what a really nice thing to do would be to read it out. So it's my blessing and my curse, a superpower and a disability. I hyperfocus and struggle to focus. I am highly intelligent and slow to process. An explosion of creativity that can't focus on reality. I get up early, but always arrive late. I remember useless facts, but forget to pay my bills. I start a million projects and struggle to finish one. I am driven, yet I procrastinate. I agonise over decisions, then I choose impulsively. I organise, then I can't find anything. I care too much. My emotions overwhelm me. I am fearless, yet I worry about everything. I want to be social, yet people terrify me. I have too much to say, so I suppress my voice. I impress, and then I disappoint. I am amazing, and I am all wrong. I love my brain. Then I wish it were normal. I want to shine bright and I want to hide. And I'm actually feeling a bit tearful reading that because, this poem itself describes me in a way that I never could have done, but it just sits so well with me. And reading something like that just tells me that, I've been ADHD all my life and that's who I am. So anyway, it's just a little quick live. I'm trying to get better at this. Partly being ADHD kind of stops me being able to naturally be organised and consistent. So I have to fight quite hard to make sure that I do these things. But also, actually, it's a bit daunting to be quite so open about something that you've hidden for so many years. So thank you, Leanne. You look like you're watching, so hi to you. Thank you for those that are listening, and I will be back soon with some more information and facts about ADHD and anxiety and living well. All right, take care. Have a good day. Bye.